Hi, this is Brittany Herrera with CIT 360. I'm going to be going over servlets for my familiarity review. So let's begin. This is from a YouTube video. I took a graphic, actually a couple of his. He did a great job explaining. But this is basically what happens. You need to get on the web and you have to do that a certain way. And servlets are containers that help you get like request something from some servers and get a response as well. So that graphic was good, I thought. From the stackoverflow.com, this is information from there. And a servlet is a class that responds to a network request, an HTTP request, and it's used in web applications. It's a container that handles the networking part of the HTTP response. And some of the methods are init, do get, do post. They run on the Tomcat servlet. And some more information from the docs.oracle.com. This is a cut and paste. Actually, this whole presentation is pretty much cut and paste and quoted from other websites, but they have a lot of great information out there. And a servlet is a Java programming language class. It's used to extend the capabilities of servers that host applications accessed by means of a request-response programming language, programming model. And although the servlets can respond to any type of request, they're commonly used to extend the applications hosted by web servers. The javax.servlet and the javax.servlet.http package provide interfaces and classes for writing servlets, and all servlets must implement the servlet interface. And then we have the stackoverflow.com again. Here's some more information, again, cut and paste. Servlet is technology used to create web applications. It's an API that provides the interface and class and documentation. It's an interface that must be implemented before creating any servlet. It's a class that extends the capabilities of the servers and respond to the incoming request, and it can respond to any type of request. And servlet is a web component that's deployed on the server to create dynamic web pages. So the methods, Tutorials Point has a lot of great information, and this is quoted from them. A servlet lifecycle can be defined as the entire process from its creation to destruction. The servlet is initialized by the init method, and it calls the service method to process a client's request, and it's terminated by the destroy method. Again, this YouTube video had a good graphic. So the HTTP request, the method is the action to be performed. And then the page to access is the URL, and then it has the form parameters. And then the HTTP response is the status code. So whether that request was, the action was successful, and the content was like, okay, did you get a text or picture or HTML or whatever? And then the content is what, actually what the content was. And then docs.oracle.com has this information. The life cycle of the servlet is controlled by the container in which the servlet has been deployed. And these are the following steps. If an instance of a servlet does not exist, the web container loads the servlet class, creates an instance of the servlet class, initializes the servlet instant by calling the init method. Initialization is covered, and more information. So docs.oracle.com has a lot of great, helpful information on that. Again, here's some more information. So here's the syntax. This container wants to get to a database, and so if they don't get there when they're connected, it needs to throw that exception that it's unavailable and you can't get to the database. So that's how that one was handled. And here's another example from the same website, Tutorials Point. So you need to import these things. Again, you want to extend the HTTPS servlet, and you get in it. So you get in there, and the message is hello world. And then when you're there, this is what you need to get. And you'll get the print line message here. And then when you're done, you need to destroy and get out of there. So I'm going to go into some more examples here. Basically, again, tutorials point, the init method is called only once, and here's the syntax for that. The service method is the main method to perform the actual task, and here's the syntax of that. And then the doGet method, it requests results from the normal request for a URL or from HTML forms. And it has no method specified, and it should be handled by the doGet method right here. This is syntax. The doPost, it specifically lists post as a method. It should be handled to the doPost. So that's when you request results from the HTML form. And then the destroy is called only once at the end of the life cycle, and it gives your servlet a chance to close the database connections. So that's about, that's about it. It's the beginning to the end. And I did a little program here. If you want to create something, you need to go to the new project, and then you go to Java Web. This is NetBeans, of course, and it's a web application, and that's how you create that. And you'll get your JSP extensions here, and it just pops up when you want to create. It looks like this. Here's the icon on the left, my servlet project. Looks like a globe, kind of. And then on the source, in the web pages, you'll have the index.jsp, and it comes up like this. And as you see, I say hello world and Brother Lawrence on there. So I'm going to run this file. Let's see what it says here. Build successful. Okay. Hello world and Brother Lawrence. And that's what, when I connected to the local host, that's what I wanted that's what I wanted to receive. So anyways, here's another example too. You want to import these things. And again, you get into here, and this is what you want to get when you're there, and then you destroy that. Well, that was basically my presentation. I hope that gave you a introductory level explanation of what servlets are and what they do, and you can go on to the web and kind of play around with creating one of your own. Let me know if you have any questions. I enjoyed doing this presentation. Thank you so much. Goodbye.